Appropriation Bill 2023, Assembly Bill number 3 of 2023, first reading. A bill for an act of Nairobi City County Assembly to authorize the issue of sum of money out of the County Revenue Fund and its application towards the service of the year ending on 30th June 2024, and to appropriate that sum and a sum voted on the account by the Nairobi City County Assembly for certain public services and purposes. First reading. Order number 10, the Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2023, Assembly Bill number 3 of 2023, second reading.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beg to move that Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2023 be read a second time. Mr. Speaker, in the morning sitting, the County Assembly adopted the 10th report of the Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on consideration of revenue and expenditure estimate for Nairobi City County Government and the County Assembly for the financial year 2023-2024. The approval is meant to advance the motto by His Excellency, the Governor, Honorable Johnson Sakaja, of making Nairobi work. In the approved budget report, the County Assembly had granted authority for establishment of boroughs, payment of bills, operationalism of Nairobi Revenue Authority, jump-starting the feeding program in schools within the city, among other things. The County Assembly has also set aside resources for mitigating and management of disaster, enhancing allocation for the development project, as well as day-to-day activity relating to annual services, the annual actual service delivery that affects the lives of residents of Nairobi County. In the budget as approved by the County Assembly in the morning, the allocation for Ward Development Fund stands at 23 million per ward. Ward bursary stands at 7 million per ward. Each ward has development project, and the school feeding program is supposed to kick off without any hitches. Further, the allocation for the garbage collection has been increased by 200 million. Allocation for gender mainstream has been increased by 50 million, with another 1.5 billion allocated for staff medical insurance. We urge the stakeholders involved in the budget utilization to ensure it is implemented to the letter for the benefit of Nairobians. The committee once again urged the county executive members for finance, Mr. Juan Kerich, to ensure that the payment for Ward Development Fund project is given priority so that the projects are rolled out and completed in time. The approved budget, Mr. Speaker, shall also guarantee timely payment of salaries, efficient operation of county executive, and adequate facilitation of County Assembly to perform its key functions. Honorable Speaker, this appropriation bill therefore intends to provide legal foundation for spending of funds approved by the County Assembly. Mr. Speaker, the Budget Committee has examined and submit bill that confirm that it will figure out approved in the revenue and expenditure estimate report, and further that the recommendations have been incorporated as resolved by this Assembly. Honorable Speaker, I wish to urge the members to support this bill and give the county the leeway to utilize the fund for stipulated priorities and other lines of expenditure outlined herein for the next financial year. Honorable Speaker, allow me to call the minority whip to second the motion as one of my best members. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Budget, the only doctor we have in this assembly. Chair, we are proud of you. We are proud of your work. we are proud of your committee. I, being a member of this committee that came up with this first budget of His Excellency Governor Johnston Atur Sakaja. Honorable Speaker, as I said in the first session we had in the morning, that indeed this is a great milestone that we are going to take. This is a legacy that we are going to leave behind as members of the Third Assembly, because we are so lucky that the feeding program is a brainchild of this third government and Third Assembly. As we were growing up, we remember the former president, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, because of the famous Maziwa ya Nyayo. Honorable Speaker, this great house, being led by the governor, His Excellency Johnston Sakaja, will be remembered in years to come, 10, 20, 30, 40 years to come, for feeding our school-going children. Honorable Speaker, this food and kitchen initiative, the Dish in a County Shuleni, is going to improve the attendance of the pupils in our public institutions, especially in the informal settlement areas, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I also say that, because I said, and then the Honorable Majority Leader said his sentiments, that I was privileged to have food and carry the same food to school. But Honorable Speaker, I used to take cold lunch. Honorable Speaker, my books used to be stained with soup because I used to carry the lunch box together with my school books. And Honorable Speaker, the same is experienced by hundreds of thousands of pupils that are going to school to date, rather. And Honorable Speaker, on 28th of August, that is after we passed this budget, I believe this will be a thing of the past. The children will be taking warm food, Honorable Speaker, and their books will no longer be stained with food and soup, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I also wish to thank the governor for his wisdom by increasing the bursary allocation. Honorable Speaker, going forward, we shall be issuing bursary to our constituents on a termly basis. This is one thing that the 4 governors that we've had in this county, 5, have been unable to do. And Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, we also thank him for the increment in our WDF allocation. Finally, the governor has done his job, and this assembly today is doing its part. The ball now is in the executive arm of this government, to the chief officers, to the CECs, to make sure that Nairobi ina work. And if Nairobi haita work, the blame shall be onto them. With this, I beg to support. Thank you. To second, rather.
Thank you, Minority Whip. Honorable members, I now propose that the Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2023, Assembly Bill number 2 of 2023, be read a second time. Honorable members. We have DNG, please.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I'd like to bring the House to this, the attention of this House to the document that has been supplied to us.